You ever had a brilliant team working on a really critical project and you just watch their energy slowly drain away? Well, today we're diving into the science and the art of motivation. We're going to explore how great leaders keep their teams fueled up and ready to sail through pretty much any challenge.
I love this quote because it just nails it. Think about it. Your team, that's the great ship. Your project plan, your strategy, that's the perfect map. But the wind? The wind is motivation. And without it, even the best team with the best plan is just, well, it's dead in the water. So, I want you to think about your own team right now. Do you feel a strong tailwind pushing you forward, or does it feel like you're fighting just to keep from drifting? If that feeling of being stuck sounds a little too familiar, don't worry. We're about to find the wind.
Right, so this is what we're calling the ship without wind scenario. And it's a surprisingly common problem. You see these brilliant teams working on massive projects like a big manufacturing transformation, and they just completely lose steam and stall out. Let's dig into why that happens.
The solution, really, it starts with the motivate principle, and it's built on a fundamental truth. People are different. It's that simple. What gets one person fired up and ready to go might be totally meaningless to their colleague. So a one-size-fits-all approach to motivation, it pretty much guarantees you're going to fail to motivate almost everyone.
So if your team is the ship, then each person on that team is a unique sail. And a great captain knows that every single sail catches the wind differently. That means your first job as a leader is to understand the unique design of every single sail on your ship.
Okay, so how do you do that? It starts with identifying what we call thinking habits and values. Now, you can use personality frameworks like the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, or MBTI, and DISC. These are just tools to give you a language for understanding how people tick and what really drives them. For example, picture a factory floor. One person might get their motivation from pure craftsmanship, the joy of perfecting a technical skill. But the person right next to them might be driven by seeing the big picture numbers, like company productivity go up. Same team, but completely different motivators.
Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking. Using personality tools doesn't that just stereotype people? Doesn't it just shove them into a box? And you know what? That is a really common and totally valid concern.
And here's the key distinction. This is not about putting people in a box. It's about understanding what's already inside the box. The whole goal is to respect and appreciate people's differences so you can communicate better, have less friction, and help everyone play to their natural strengths. Okay, so you understand the sails. Now for the big question. How do you create the wind? Well, it comes down to 3 basic rules of engagement for generating motivation. Rule 1, praise with precision. Rule 2, connect to purpose. And Rule 3, celebrate progress. Let's break those down.
Let's start with Rule 1, praising with precision. It's really an art, but lucky for us, there's a powerful toolkit called the 5 Ps that makes sure your positive feedback actually lands with impact. First, prepare. Know the facts of what they did. Second, put others first. Make it all about them. Third, praise sincerely with facts. Fourth, pressure no one, meaning don't follow up praise with a new request. And fifth, provide value. This last one is so important. It's actually the foundation of our second rule, which is connecting their work to a meaningful impact.
Let's see that third P, praise sincerely, in action. Saying you're the best is nice, I guess, but it's kind of empty. Now, compare that to your data-driven answer in that Q&A gave the team confidence. See the difference? It follows a simple, powerful formula. State a specific fact, and then state the positive impact it had. That's the kind of praise that really builds people up.
And that brings us to our third and final rule. Celebrate progress. When you hit a major milestone, you have to celebrate it. But you got to do it right. Make sure everyone feels included. Get out of the office to make it feel special. And for goodness sake, don't just use it as another meeting to talk about work. Let people connect and actually enjoy the win.
All right, theory is great, but let's see how these principles hold up in the real world. We're going to navigate through 2 very common leadership challenges and see how the MOT IV8 framework can steer the ship right out of trouble.
So first up, the junior team member, who's a little passive, maybe lacks confidence. The instinct might be to micromanage them, right? But the motivate approach is the exact opposite. You give them clear ownership of a specific piece of the project, a work package. By making them the captain of their own small boat and then providing coaching, their sense of responsibility and commitment, it just goes through the roof.
Okay, second scenario. You launch a huge new program and the team just groans. Like, great, more work. Instead of trying to push the whole massive plan at once, you find one small visible improvement you can nail quickly. We call this a quick win. You get it done, and then you celebrate that small success loudly. What this does is build momentum. It shows the team that this change is not only possible, it's actually positive.
So, we've looked at the problem, we've walked through the principles, and we've seen it in practice. Now, let's bring it all together and chart your course forward as captain of the ship.
If you take away just 3 things from our time today, make it these. 1. Get to know what uniquely drives each person on your team. 2. Use the 5 Ps to make your praise specific and really, truly meaningful. And 3. Make celebration a core part of your team's rhythm. This right here is your navigation chart to success.
And this brings us right back to our ship. As a leader, your job isn't to row the boat yourself. Your role is to be the captain who understands each unique sail, who knows how to send that powerful tailwind of sincere praise and recognition, and who makes sure everyone shares in the joy when you reach your destination.
This is how you give your team the energy to sail beyond the horizon you see today. So the only question left is, with a ship that's full of wind, what new horizon will your team reach next?